It lay silent for millennia, waiting for a pair of eyes that could understand it, or rather, a soul fragile enough to. Beneath the dust of human history, some things refuse to be forgotten. They are merely sleeping. The moment I touched it, I felt a cold resonance, as if it were alive. The symbols were unlike any known language. They seemed to mock the very notion of human intellect. My study became my sanctuary, and also my prison. In every forgotten legend, I searched for its echo. I thought I was copying history. Little did I know, I was tracing the blueprint of madness. The threads of logic, in the end, wove a net that led only to the abyss. Sleep became a luxury, and wakefulness a curse. The ruins of every civilization seemed to whisper the same secret. Thought itself began to feel unclean. That name, it wasn't translated, it was remembered. From that moment on, the boundaries of the real world began to dissolve. The liquid effect on the map's oceans accelerates, with the center of the vortex located somewhere in the South Pacific. I heard it, a whisper from beyond the stars. It turned out I wasn't the only one who heard the call. Madness was spreading across the world in the quietest of ways. On the fringes of civilization, the old fears had never truly died. The firelight cast dancing shadows on their swaying bodies and masks, with smoke swirling around them. The same syllables, the same prayer, echoed across time and ocean. This wasn't a cultural phenomenon. It was a psychic plague. It's the blank spaces on the map that truly matter. Down there, a dead city waits and dreams. I began to search old shipping logs, looking for entries dismissed as the ravings of madmen. A storm was coming, and not just on the sea. I found her, the Emma, a cargo ship lost off New Zealand. The official report said shipwreck, but there was another unofficial record, an intercepted wireless message. They found a package from the sole survivor, if he could still be called a survivor. Inside was no logbook, no relic, just a single canister of 16mm film. I had to see it for myself. It was the final obsession of the scholar and the first folly of the mortal. As the machine began to turn, I felt like a tomb raider about to open, not a sarcophagus, but the grave of the world itself. They thought of themselves as explorers, charting an unknown island. Little did they know, it was the island that was charting them. When human geometry encounters an angle it cannot comprehend, the first thing to collapse is not the theory, but the mind. They found carvings. But they weren't records, they were warnings. Warnings for whom? Certainly not for us. Silence is sometimes more terrifying than any scream, because it means you have already become a part of the place. The root of fear is not the unknown, but the complete subversion of the known. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed again, neither in reality nor in your mind. The film cuts here, but the investigation did not end. Deep within the Naval Archives, we found another piece of evidence: sonar logs from a deep-sea submersible. The official explanation was geological activity, but no geological activity moves at 30 knots. This is the last image transmitted before the submersible went dark. Pay attention to the bottom left. That is not a seamount. Our submersible, before this scale, is merely a speck of dust floating past a god's window. Some places are not meant to be explored with eyes, but perceived through insanity. We did not dive into an ocean, but the border of another universe. Here, lines refuse to be parallel, and angles mock our physics. It is not a creature. It is the inversion of order. It is the sum of all cosmic terror. Its wings are not for flight, but for swallowing starlight. In its dream, the history of humanity is nothing more than a brief, ridiculous interlude. Its sleeping whisper is the clearest language to the madmen of Earth. All our rationality is merely a fragile barrier against a single moment of truth. It is a plague that descended from the stars. Its home is not Earth, nor this solar system. Those we call gods are merely its servants. Those we name demons are only its shadow. I heard it. I saw it. I am one with its dream. It is not the ruler of hell. It is hell itself. All time, all dimensions are subject to its will. In his house at Arlai, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. When the stars are right, he shall awake. He is awake in Arlai.
Now, close your eyes and let your mind drift away with the ageless rhythm. In this boundless darkness, may you find your ultimate tranquility, sweet dreams, or perhaps a dream that is real enough.